And we're starting now. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the B.D.O. Saloon for the 24th of May. 25th, I guess. Whatever, it's May.
25th in 6 minutes.
It's like the almost last week of May. Still got one more week.
Is 25th anything special?
No.
No, but like 2 days ago is the day that Owen Hart died.
It's Memorial Day sometime soon, isn't there?
Monday.
Yeah.
There we go.
Monday's Memorial Day.
By the way, as always, your host will be B.D.O. Dizzy.
I'm DG.
I'm Harpy.
I'm Captain.
And I'm Donkey Run.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's been about a week.
Snug. I'm very snug.
Why are you snug?
Snug. Yeah, my body's snug. My fingers are snug.
Wearing some
My
briefs.
pants are snug.
Sounds fun. Oh, already then.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
So what do we got today?
I wish you brought some
We
coffee.
only got a few things.
Coffee.
Unfortunately, someone has taken over my notes and posted nothing but garbage.
Is it though?
It's 3D, man. You got to go 2D or nothing. Speaking of 2D or nothing, Blizzard has been taking away all your waifu JOI videos.
JOI?
If you have to ask, you don't want to know.
JOI. You know, there's a really good one that I usually watch. It involves
Don't
books.
Stop it.
Don't
A
tell me about it.
librarian.
Stop it.
You continue.
Don't tell me about it. Either way, Overwatch has been taking down videos left and right.
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Whatever. They're the same people.
Very cold move.
You do not blame Overwatch. It is innocent in all this.
So yeah, Blizzard has been taking down videos
It's
left
been
and
tainted
right.
by the fandom.
Taking down videos left and right.
Are you not part of the fandom?
No?
No?
Not really psyched
Very-
for it.
You're
Yeah.
not a fan of it? Okay.
Not
So
really
why do you
psyched, but
care?
at the same time, I kind of want to play it.
But you have Battleborn to play.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, that from a company like that's a very jerk move. You know.
Well,
Well, when you find out the context.
he knows the context.
they have
That's
been
why.
taking down pornographic videos of their characters. Because, yeah, if you go on Reddit, look up Overwatch, the first subreddit you get is the official, well, not official, but it's the Overwatch subreddit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, decent amount of shit posts,
It's Overwatch.
trailers,
It's Reddit.
things. The second one is Overwatch porn, which is an Overwatch subreddit just full of porn. And the third one is Overwatch Rule 34, which just links back to Overwatch porn. And yeah, there's a lot of porn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is very well-made porn. Like,
Really
why,
good.
why did people put this much effort into it, porn? And they're like, no,
You gotta
yeah,
do what you
no.
love, man.
It's not bad.
Do what you love until it kills you.
There is a lot. So,
Wow.
It's not bad.
they've been taking down all sorts of videos and websites and like character models and stuff that people have been passing around because,
Well, did these people make these models, or were they provided by the
kind of.
company? 'Cause if they created their own models, and I think you can say it's like satire, maybe.
It's a little weird because they take the actual model and like, especially through Source Filmmaker or the SFM stuff, they end up like getting that model and they start tweaking it with like battle damage and close off. All of a sudden they're nude, and then this starts getting distributed. But
And
they
then it's
kind of
Senran
did it
Kagura.
themselves because they wanted like cosplayers to do stuff with it and people just to look at them and mess with it and make videos with it. But then
They are making videos. With
yeah,
it.
but that's what
They're getting what they wanted.
It's not what we
Videos.
wanted, guys.
that's.
I like how you went casually from, some battle damage, little tweaks here and there. Then they're nude.
That's what
Have you
happened.
never played Senran Kagura?
No, I haven't.
No, it's
Never
it's
mind.
fun.
But that's
Okay.
basically what happens.
Good
Yeah.
to know.
Booby ninjas.
So yeah, that's a thing, and Overwatch is taking all that shit down. And I mean, to be fair, this asshole on my Facebook page, that I have a friend as, was like, "Is Overwatch a porn game? Because all I see is porn gifs of Overwatch."
Wow.
This is also the same kind of asshole who like follows sweet creamy Asians on Facebook and anime titties.
Mhm.
So you probably know who it is.
Okay. I'll
Is it
double
spelled
check later.
Tiddies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, that's the kind of thing. And
Titties.
Ahego intensifies.
Oh, Jesus.
For you other weebs that know what a hego is. By the way, they're taking away your
Google it.
waifu's porn.
Google a Hego.
All of it.
How do you spell that?
Ahegao.
Okay.
I don't know. Can they pull it down?
I don't know.
I don't know if they can pull it down.
Not forever.
No one has.
Well, no, I'm saying like legally. Can they pull it down?
It's still their IP. I don't think it's transformative enough for them to really.
Some
do it,
sites
I guess.
I've heard are arguing that it is transformative enough because
If you
they've
change it
tweaked a
enough,
lot.
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's what.
it doesn't
That's how
matter.
a lot
man.
of porns get away with things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As The Rock would say,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter because
Oh,
they're
just
just gonna keep posting it.
Just host it on like what Swedish servers or something. Where's the one where they don't take shit down?
Well, they take shit down everywhere, but
No,
like, they just
there's
keep.
certain places they can't
But
touch it.
parts of Europe,
Oh, yeah, it's
is-
parts of
is-
Europe. Just host it somewhere else where they
Europe.
won't take it down.
Well, they can eventually get taken down, but like they just move. Like that's what they do. Like
Migrate.
They'll just move it somewhere else.
Pirate Bay, like they've moved from like 10, 20
That's
different
different
places.
though. That's pirated content. This is
Creative content.
Stuff
this is
people
creative
made.
content. This is
Yeah.
derivative
Yeah.
content. This is not pirated content.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know why they're going after it because I mean, what it reminds me of when I didn't think about it until now is that when they had the whole like Tracer thing with her butt pose that we talked about a while back.
Propose.
Like the fucking spike for Overwatch in like search and everything
Went through the roof.
went through the roof.
Mostly
and this is
for-
also going to make it do that, but it's also going to make it spike for the porn thing. So not only did you call attention to something that you didn't want attention called to, you basically just alerted people that didn't know of it.
Now I know it exists.
Yeah.
I
that
didn't
know that
before
it
now.
exists.
Thanks for telling me.
I wasn't super psyched. I thought it was just another generic shooter, and then I saw that.
Then you were psyched,
No, and then I was just like, wait, what's this character? And then I was like, oh,
and then you were psyched.
and then I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
either way, it comes back to the jump.
Psyched
scare,
about the game or psyched about your findings?
One
findings?
Would, one would argue that it's part of the lore now.
research.
Part of the
It's,
lore.
it's part of like
It's science.
unofficial canon.
I don't think so.
I don't.
I don't
mean,
think so.
This isn't EU, man. This isn't EU.
Coming from a guy who studies lore, this wouldn't qualify as part of the lore.
You sure?
This is fanfic.
This would be part of the fandom or fan culture around it. Sure, that I cannot argue against at all.
Fandom or femdom?
We're fan sub. That's
Oh.
the
my
joke
God.
I should have gone
It could be
for.
fan
Something.
lore. Fan lore?
Yeah,
Fan
it's,
lore.
but yeah, that's the thing. I
Maybe.
just wanted to bring it up because I
Like how
am super
characters-
hyped for
like how fans
Overwatch,
pair
but
up
I gotta wait
characters.
till
Yeah.
payday to get it. So
Cook
But you're
candy.
gonna do it by yourself.
I don't give a shit. The game looks
Okay,
fun.
fine.
I played TF2 forever by myself, and I will play this game forever. by
I'm
myself.
sorry you didn't have friends.
I did not.
Just
Not anyone that had a
immediately
working
went there.
computer.
Oh,
I did, but he had a computer that worked.
yeah, not the time now.
The only thing you could play was like Warcraft or StarCraft 1.
StarCraft 1.
Wow.
And
It
like
had blue.
Sims
It had brood
1.
I never
Do you
played.
need
Sims.
it?
Or was it SimCity?
StarCraft.
SimCity I like, but I never played
Which one?
SimCity.
2000?
You never played SimCity?
No. Never played The Sims. The Sims.
Oh, the
It
Sims.
just seems boring.
You're not missing out that
It's
much.
fun.
Mm.
Once you get bored, you start killing your Sims.
Yeah.
In
In
more
very
and more
creative ways.
ways. Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Leverage.
Set up,
Yeah, so,
set up a house with a bunch of ovens. Get rid of all the fire extinguishers and doors.
So make them cook forever.
Yeah.
Or just you set a Sim in a room with a sink and dishes, and somehow he lights the dishes on fire.
Somehow the room will catch fire.
I don't know. Sims are stupid.
Yeah.
The same thing happens in
Great.
Fallout 4, in the vault thing.
Oh, the settlements?
The settlement, in the vault, the app game.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Or
Things always catch fire.
The overseer thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where rooms just randomly catch fire. I had my water purification room catch fire.
But why?
It's made
too
of
much-
water.
Too much water.
Too much
Too
water.
much water.
Too much water is flammable.
7 out of 10.
There is too much water in this game.
Did we talk about that last time?
Took a minute.
What?
Polygons can't play games. Did we talk about that?
What?
What?
No?
Okay, so Doom
Yeah.
came out. That's a
Okay.
game, right?
It has some good reviews.
Good game.
I've-
Looks amazing.
Polygon released like a 30-minute first look into it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't a review, but people were like jumping down their throat because the dude who was playing it was like shooting walls and looking at the ceiling because he just couldn't play games, I guess. I don't know. Dude's not very good at games. And
Maybe
so
he's
he didn't put it in a review. It's not the same guy who's reviewing. So I'm going to start off by this.
Maybe he was just doing
But-
a tech check.
He was doing the 30-minute like first gameplay things because, I mean, just like any actual news stuff, or I can't even think of the word now, journalism. It's always the gold rush. It's the one to do it first, not the one who's right first. Basically,
I don't think that's how gold rushes work.
Yeah, everybody.
You stake your claim.
Manifest
you have
destiny,
to-
man.
This is the first to find it.
What does Manifest Destiny have to do with anything
You know,
with
actually,
this?
he's
One's
right.
for the gold rush and the reason. Either way.
So you can be the first to find it, but if they never find you, then the next person finds it.
Yeah,
That's a good story.
but with new stuff, it's always because I don't know if you remember this also a while back when was it Oceania or the Pacific airline crashed.
Everybody wanted
One of the planes that crashed. I don't know. Go ahead.
It was the one that crashed. I believe it was in in the West Coast.
It's been a couple.
And there was a news. I think it was like ABC or CBS. I don't know.
Oh.
It was one of those, and like someone had put up the names like something Wong, We Too Low,
Holy
Bang
Fook.
Ding, yeah, Holy Fook,
And then Bang Ding Out.
and Bang Ding Out, and they read it on air as if it was real news because they wanted to be the first people to do it.
Yeah,
And then everyone was
because
like,
that's
wait.
the only thing that matters is that you're the first person. That's the same thing they did here. They just got some dude to download the game, play it for 30 minutes, and put up the video because it's the first person to do it.
And then he just wasn't playing it competently.
No, yeah.
What I mean, I felt like he wanted to play the game. He just sat down his controller and like his cat just.
His cat played better.
Because like literally at one point he was like shooting walls and looking at the ceiling. It was like he didn't really know what he was doing, kind of. But at the same time, it brought up this whole thing of do you have to be good at games to review games?
I think that you have to play them critically. Like you have to view, like experience them with, some type of degree of comprehension of the game, like
Okay, well then what's your measuring standard for that?
a ruler. But I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it's different because the way I feel like film critics review films, they do it critically with some type of degree of like, okay, well, how does this work in the grand scheme of film? With games, does it work that way too?
But if you think about it, and this is the most interesting parallel that I find, the film to gaming, because with film, you don't have to be good at making films to be good at reviewing a film. Technically, supposedly.
Allegedly.
But people are calling, because there's a lot of people crying out that, one, people just don't like Polygon because of a lot of shit they've done. They're just very...
Polygon?
Polygon. Either way.
Very low res.
But they're like, with the game, you should be able to, they're like, you should be good at games in order to be able to review games, because then how can you review games if you're not good at them?
I don't think you have to be good. Maybe you have to play a lot of games.
I don't think you have
so
to be
you know, like,
good.
where everything stands, like compared to each other.
See,
I don't think you have to be good at it. Like, you good enough to get to multiple levels so you can see the rest of the game, but not be like, I think finish Mario in like 30 minutes.
Well, I think it's because you have to you have to experience it more actively than passively. Like versus a film, it's like you're just there going, oh,
Yeah, I think.
But with the game, it's like, oh shit, I have to be the game.
What?
You don't have to beat
You're
the
gonna say
game.
something?
Yeah,
No.
you do. You have to experience the game on multiple levels.
There's that truth that it's more interactive. Like it's a more interactive medium. Like you can't just passively sit and look at it unless you're watching someone else play it. Because at some point you have to input buttons to progress it. I don't know. The whole thing's very weird, and a lot of people have been like calling for like the reviewer, which is dumb because one, it wasn't the reviewer who did it; it was just some other guy in the company who released the video. The reviewer still gave it like a 8 out of 10 or something, or a 7.8 out of 10, because he was like, "It's a good game. It's it's just he wasn't the one who played it for the first 30 minutes."
Yeah.
But people were like jumping down, saying the reviewer should be canned and shit like that because he wasn't good at games.
That's
And you have to
stupid.
be good at games to tell me if this game is any good.
See, I don't think you have to be excellent at all games or anything like that. No, not even passably good. Well, maybe. Okay. The whole point is that
You have to be basically kind of okay at games.
yeah, you have to know how the controls work and then play the game enough times so that you understand the game mechanics for that game. So like an RTS will always play differently from an FPS. But, as long as you know the difference and, the major things, you can critique it on like, this FPS is pretty good because it's got nice action, good gore, it has a decent storyline, but you don't even need to pay attention to it, since it's Doom.
Well, then you have to wonder, like, do they also have to be competent in the lore as well? Like, if you're playing
No, not
straight
at all.
lore, right?
Not
Like,
at
you have to be like, well, I don't understand the story because I didn't play the first 3 games, but mechanically it's a good game.
Yeah, the game. If you have fun playing the game, it's a good game.
I think this for me has brought up like this thing that, because there's been a whole bunch of this shit lately of people like going after reviewers for a bunch of stupid reasons. And a lot of it's because reviews are also being really stupid as well. But it's also made me think, like,
two-way street.
Are game reviewers, like, is a game review even, like, I don't know, like, they seem less and less worth it / like, I guess legitimate? Or I guess necessary? I guess they seem less necessary now. Because it seems like, depending on where that reviewer is coming from, could be completely different from where you're coming from. Because there was like that Star Fox review a while back where the guy refused to even play the game because he didn't understand the controls. And he's like, I'm not going to learn these controls, so I'm just not going to review it even though I have a copy. But I'm going to release this thing about how I'm not going to review it because it's too hard to learn.
Is he calling it a review?
Kind of, I guess. I mean,
it doesn't sound like a review. That just seems like a commentary on his experience.
Every game has its own kind
but isn't that what a review is? It's a commentary experience with the game.
He's not telling you, like, you should buy this, you shouldn't buy this. He's telling you, like, I tried to play this, but I didn't feel like learning these controls.
Does a review have to tell you should buy something or don't?
No.
Like,
no.
See, okay.
You recommend it or you don't recommend it. That's part of the review. It's like, I recommend this, I do recommend this. And part of that is, I would spend money to play this game. I would not spend money to play this game.
Well, he was like, I don't recommend this until they fix this because I don't understand it.
No, then that's probably an issue. Like, if it's too hard to learn the controls, that is an issue with the game.
So that I mean, although that's also kind of weird because that game was also really weird because people were either way. But like that kind of stuff makes you feel like reviews are becoming more and more unnecessary in lieu of things like Let's Plays and like watching people actually play it, because that way you get a feel for what the game actually is.
That's the reason you really read reviews, is to figure out what the game was like. I feel you should never take like somebody's word on it without, because they're coming from a different point of view, but them telling you how the sound was, how the graphics were, how the gameplay was, how the controls were, that's something you need to know before you drop down $60 on a game.
Or more.
But now you get a better experience watching a Let's Play because you can actually see and hear everything versus just like reading it. So I, from that point, it is. You need them less, but you still need somewhere to get this information from. And before it was reviews because we didn't have like the technology to really
watch someone. You had to wait for a friend to buy it first.
Yeah. The technology, maybe the technology was there, but it was too expensive, so now everybody had access to it, so you didn't get too many of these videos. Now you can.
That's what you would do. You would wait for a friend to buy it, so that way you didn't spend your money on it.
Yeah, no.
And then they would beat it, and they would just borrow it. And you'd
buy
never
it
buy
used from your local game shop.
Yeah, and then you'd return it after 7 days because you beat it.
Yes.
And do that for months until they tell you to stop.
Like those people who bum rush the Elder Scrolls main story.
Yeah.
And then return the game.
Either way, that was just a thing that came up. I don't know. It was really the backlash is getting really weird online. I guess it's always been there, but it's.
If you don't like something, don't give them money or don't create their content.
Don't give them clicks, because the clicks give them money. That makes them stay online.
Okay, wait. So it wasn't a reviewer who was like.
Okay, no. So
there wasn't a reviewer who was controlling the game at first.
No. That 30-minute, like, it was one of the literally first looks. It's like, we're giving you a copy of the game. Play this game and show people what this game is.
And he's just
review came later.
And he's just looking at walls and shooting walls.
He was like shooting walls and like looking at the ceiling because it seemed like maybe he like lost control of his controller. He didn't really know what he was doing.
Maybe he was sleep deprived. Maybe he hadn't slept for like 5 days solid.
Maybe he's a console peasant and he moved to the PC and he's like, I don't know how to PC.
Maybe his thing is, I really like the ceilings in games. I want to check the ceiling out.
I've done it before. I actually observed the texture of the cave wall, and it's just like, wow, that's really good.
And I guess though, for like, I think he like died a few times on that too. It was really weird.
You make me need alcohol sometimes.
Either way,
wait.
You never looked at like what the game actually looks like. Sometimes that's why I don't stream as much. Like, unless it's a game I've already played, or like a game like, I guess like TF2 or I guess Overwatch, because I'm that guy who stops by every little thing and hits X to see if it works. Also, I played a lot of RPGs, so it's a lot of, let me read the text on this to see what it does. And look at every little rock.
I kind of do the same
thing. There's a hole under this rock. I'm going to go in this hole.
I'm not a very interesting player of those types of games. They're like action games, and I don't care because I'm playing as other people. But if not, I'm that guy. I don't really rush through stories. It always takes me fucking forever. I'm like grinding half the time.
That's how you enjoy your game. You're allowed to do that.
The only speedrun I've done was Metroid Prime. I did it like an hour and a half.
It was real fun. Let's move on to some other gaming news that got all stupid.
Yes.
Palmer Luckey
Who?
went back on his word.
Gesundheit.
Palmer Luckey's the guy from Oculus. He's the Oculus guy. He's the co-founder, I believe, and co-creator.
Wasn't he at id at one point?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Was it the same guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Well, one of the
Might be thinking of a different guy though.
one of the main guys over at Oculus used to be at id, so
That was afterwards.
How do I spell
Because
that?
that was the whole thing. Palmer, like Palm ER, and then Lucky.
Palmer.
Like Ron Palmer.
Yeah, like Ron Palmer. Well, Palmer Luckey. He went back on his word. The newest thing for the newest update for the Oculus has an integrity check.
Wow, he
even
just
though they
looks like a
said,
shit.
even though they said that they would never, ever do DRM because they've been talking to Gear VR.
Oh my god, he's 2 months younger than me.
Yeah,
What?
feel worthless.
Feel worthless.
We've done stuff in our lives, right? Like,
No.
Look where we are.
Go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. So he earlier it's a little bit of backstory for what this would actually happen.
Yeah.
Earlier, I believe last year or maybe earlier this year, he said that we would never put DRM on our Oculus because we don't care where you play the Oculus games as long as you buy it from the store.
But that's before he sold out to the big corp, right?
I'm not sure because they sold out quite a while ago.
I think it was probably before they got bought out by Facebook.
I love that photo for some reason.
Maybe because I think it was after they announced the the Oculus store. I think that was after they were bought out by Facebook.
No, they had their store for their.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
remember.
the Oculus store for like content.
Yeah.
Okay, then that was after. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was afterwards. And I think what happened, though, is because he did this on a Reddit AMA. I think he said what he believed, but because it's now owned by Facebook, which is a corporation,
Yep.
which is run by a council, so it doesn't matter what he says.
Is
I
it run
can't
by?
go
I think it's called the board.
Well, whatever.
Evil
It's-
council,
it's-
I like it better.
It's a council. I just think they're
Okay.
all councils.
Is it a council of faces?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't
Wow.
care. A board, whatever.
I don't
they're,
get it.
They're run by, like, people who give them money. So, like...
yeah.
Pretty much what he said is we don't care where you get where you play your Oculus games as long as you buy it from the Oculus store.
Yeah.
Well, come this new update, they have an integrity check to make sure you're running an Oculus. So if you're not running Oculus, it doesn't let you to play it. But before this, there was something that also happened before the update. There's this thing called Revive by a guy who goes by the name Libre VR.
That sounds cool.
And he was doing, I believe, he was pretty much porting, because they weren't natively porting the games for Oculus onto other headsets, but he was kind of doing it.
Okay.
And
Was he porting it or was just giving like a run around?
because he was using an injection script in order to get some of the free game, because the way it used to work, he would actually have to do it like game per game, more or less,
Okay.
to get it to work with other headsets. And he was mostly focusing on all the free games that Oculus would give out on their store and making it available to people to use, like the Vive or the Gear VR or whatever else people wanted to use, hence the name Revive. But after this, he's like, his exact words were, I didn't want to go down this path. But because of the integrity check, the same like injection script that he used beforehand,
Yeah.
now completely overrides any sort of check of if it's even a legal copy or not.
Okay.
He's gone on record saying he doesn't want this to be used for illegal copies or pirated games, but that's not going to stop anyone from doing it.
Yeah.
Totes do it.
And basically, because of the new DRM stuff that they put in, they opened up a loophole, or pretty much they opened it up to him to where now, instead of just doing it on I'm just doing it game by game on the free ones that come out that people want to play on other headsets. In order to make it work now on other headsets, I have to completely override this.
Yeah.
And so now anyone can play pirated games on any headset. Or Oculus pirated games.
Where to go?
Which I don't think there's any yet, but
Not yet. But
They have a few games.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
don't know them.
Nothing.
Because I know one of the free ones that they were talking about, I know one was Lucky as Tale, and I don't even remember. I don't have a VR headset, so I don't know the games.
Overwatch porn meets Oculus experience.
You know, we already
You
know
can
that
do
that's a
that.
thing.
I know, but there you go, internet. I gave you an idea.
It's already a
It's
thing.
already a thing. Don't
Really?
worry about
It
it.
already
60 degrees,
exists.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like the first thing people did with
The Oculus
VR.
is
Well,
they
in
created
general.
porn for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, especially because it's a 3D animated
Hold on,
thing.
much point.
Probably already done.
Yeah, it exists somewhere.
Actually, I think pretty easy because it's just 3D models and
Yeah,
3D.
Like you just put it in a 3D space and you put your head in it.
True.
Yeah. So this is I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Him going kind of back on his word of no DRM, and then opening it up to all the pirates.
You evil backstabber. Nah, honestly, I don't care because I was never gonna get ones anyway. So
He sold it to Facebook anyways,
So,
right?
Yeah,
if
so
you
yeah.
open up to all the pirates, all I got to say is just watch your butts.
This is
That
the
was okay.
Lame.
lowest common
Lame.
denominator.
Lame.
I don't know.
Boo,
They
bad.
brought this on themselves.
Boo,
Is all I can think
bad.
of. Like,
Yeah, they really did bring this on themselves. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the guy because it does seem like this is more of a board kind of thing or possibly even shareholder meeting
The
where they
decision.
were like, yeah, we need to close this down. Only have Oculus games on the Oculus. I guess to get people to buy the Oculus. I don't think, for me,
They-
or go ahead.
there was a spokesperson that talked about it when the announcement first came out that it was there to prevent people from pirating games, and it was just like a side effect that it was keeping people from using the Vive on their games.
It's a rash.
He said it was a side effect, like an unintended consequence.
Well, it was also kind of weird because they did speak out against Libra VR because Libra, he's been kind of trying to work. He's like, hey, you said we could use whatever, and he's like, I just like to be able to, use a different headset if that's what I have.
Yeah.
Because I mean, headsets aren't cheap enough for me to just buy, or anyone.
Both, yeah.
Like it's not cheap enough that a lot of people are having it. That this, your one software is gonna keep people from buying another one.
Yeah, it just people should just get the Vive. It's partnered with Steam, and Steam is pretty open about
That's the
their
one with
shit.
the headset and the glove?
Controllers.
Yeah.
The other thing that was really
It's-
weird / I guess a lot of people I think, and maybe even this Libra VR guy are hating on because people already hated it, especially like Notch spoke out really big once they sold out to Facebook.
Yeah.
And like they've been doing nothing but fuck. No,
pretty sure
it's-
they've been
it's-
doing a lot of that.
No, it's still recording. Something's happening over there. I don't know what though.
okay.
Go ahead.
I'll
Do you
deal with
wanna
it later.
Do you want me to check it out?
You were saying the thing.
All right, so pretty much the downfall. I'll continue as if nothing ever happened.
Great.
But pretty much the downfall
Smoothest episode.
of Oculus. We've had worse. We've
lost episodes.
It's a little shaky there.
But the downfall of Oculus, it all started when Oculus sold out to Facebook, as many people would say.
Sold out.
So Zuckerberg.
That happened.
Yeah.
People got super mad. Then he's like, to remedy that, we're not going to put any DRM on ourselves. It's going to be free. Don't worry, you guys. Even though Facebook bought us out,
They didn't take
everything
our
is
soul.
still open source ish. Okay. So then it comes upon a different thing now that they couldn't fulfill all their pre-orders yet. Like all the pre-orders from the Kickstarter, even all the pre-orders from the pre-orders. And now they're going to be putting them in stores like Best Buys and stuff where people can preview the headset and buy it right there, even though not all the Kickstarter or the regular pre-orders have been fulfilled.
Okay.
People got pissed off again. Then they're like, you know what? Sorry about that. If you have pre-ordered it, we're going to go ahead and let you, if you buy the headset in a Best Buy or whatever, just send us the receipt, proof of purchase and stuff, and we'll refund you your money.
Oh.
But that also means you lose all your pre-order bonuses because you're just getting just the headset. So people are still mad.
I wonder if they can sue. I'd be really pissed.
That
Yeah,
other
people
getting
are
the
very
headset?
pissed.
You're mad as hell.
And then
I'm not going to take it anymore.
now they've gone back on their pre-order on their DRM thing, and now full DRM, and people are hacking, and yeah. That this is the downfall of Oculus.
Get a Vive, guys. It's like $100 more, but it comes with the remotes, right?
Yeah, you get the two little the motion remotes because I think the Oculus comes with a 360 remote.
And if you're paying that much money for it, obviously you're doing it to play games. not necessarily, but highly likely it's to play games. Right?
90% game, 10% other activities.
Yeah.
Perfect for pod racing.
So it's coming from like a BO, which is video game like developer, and they have their store, and like they have the infrastructure and everything set up.
Right. So they'll make 2 games and then
Yeah. But then they'll set up for the third parties to
right.
do what Nintendo can't.
Succeed.
Make games.
Nintendo.
It does what Nintendo don't.
Nintendo and their latest like
console iteration.
No, I can't think. It's like their
software developer kit.
Their constitution, I guess. I think is what it's called.
All right.
It's something weird that apparently happened recently in Japan, where they used to not have like a whole bunch of control, but now there's more like open control for companies like that.
Control
of the company. Like I guess they're opening it more up to like American kind of.
Like they were privately owned. They didn't have like stockholders. Is that what
I
you're
guess,
talking about?
or I guess like stockholders didn't have a lot of say.
Okay.
But now they're required to because it's something that changed in Japanese laws recently. I don't remember exactly. I'm not too good at business, but I know like more people have more control. So in the latest like constitution or whatever they want to call it, they did say licensing in there now, as well as becoming more because we've been talking about this for a while about a lot. They're becoming more of an entertainment thing because it used to be a toy manufacturer. And so they were like, I guess they've always kind of gone with the we're a toy manufacturer thing.
Okay.
So that's why they always kept everything to themselves. But now they're like, well, we're more of an entertainment industry, so we can license out IPs and stuff.
Well, they were doing that before with the bad live action movies they were doing.
They're bringing it back now. They're doing it.
And the
cartoons
the cartoons and the joint partnership with Panasonic
and the cereal.
I forgot the cereal.
And now
they're gonna be able to license out like not like the full like I think I forgot the way they worded it, but the way they worded it pretty much basically meant that they could like license out entire like they could license out Zelda as a game and like let people do whatever with it now.
No, that was the
I think could they not do that before? Like if they own the property, they can do whatever they want with it.
Well, kind of, but in their constitution, that wasn't a thing that they were doing. It's whatever like internal thing that guides the way they do stuff.
Is it like now that the shareholders can like make them do these kinds of things?
Basically.
Like they have more influence over the decisions they make?
Yeah, and so that's like in their statement of purpose, basically, they've opened that up to be more.
Is this Nintendo's?
Outgiving. Nintendo's statement of purpose. Kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's changing a lot, and it's real weird, and we won't get to the... All the way, I just heard, like, right before we got here, they announced a new handheld to come out with the
NX?
NX called the MH, because it's also under wraps. Which also lends credence to the thing that it might be...
Maximum handheld, okay.
That it might be a handheld
Maximum
system.
So what's the handheld called?
They call it MH right now. They don't have a name for it.
And the system is called...
The MH.
NX.
Yeah.
MH NX.
Yeah.
So but there was a credence that it might be like a portable thing with, like, I don't know. I guess like it'd be like the Wii U is now.
Like a docking station for like
it's
your
like
handheld.
It's kind of like the way the Wii U is now, where you have that one controller with the screen on it.
Yeah.
Except then you can just take the controller and play it anywhere. Is what people are thinking, but nobody knows because we don't know jack shit about this.
Okay.
So I mean that's either way. So back to Oculus.
Yeah, nothing, Jon Snow.
Well,
yeah.
Really quick on the new Nintendo stuff. It kind of sounds more like the GameCube's adapter port for the Game Boy Advance, except probably wireless, ish. Like
that would be more like the Dreamcast, the little thing that you can take with you and play little games on.
I never had
and raise your
that was the chows.
Raise the chows on.
So the
that was
opposite
a thing.
of what
but this if you're saying the wrong, it's different in a way because you would be able to play the same games like you would buy one game and play it on both.
Well, it's weird because I feel like if this is true, like I could kind of imagine it. It'd be kind of what the PlayStation was trying to do with the PS Vita.
Yeah.
Or what they've kind of been doing with the DS, because they have DS games that are Wii U games, and they both play. I don't know if they play together because I don't have a Wii U, but like they did the fucking Splatoon.
You can do a thing with
Dude.
Wii U. You can do a thing with DS.
Maybe.
No, I know the only
Super
thing...
Smash Brothers. I know you can play with your 3DS as a controller for the Wii U and play the same game.
Yeah.
So it's just a controller.
Basically. But you can play. There's a Smash Brothers for the DS though.
But it's a separate game that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can either play the game separately, and it's a little bit like cut down, or you can play the full game with the 3DS still as a controller. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. Like you'll be able to play like I guess like the full version or like full experience of a game while you're at the house. But if you want to like go off and do like maybe they have like a side mission type thing or some weird. It sounds gimmicky enough to be a thing.
It sounds really crappy, gimmicky to me, but
but again, we don't know.
I know.
This could just be another handheld.
Innovation, man. Innovation takes different.
It's not innovation. They've been doing it for like since the GameCube.
Well, technically, this is the Dreamcast.
This is the Dreamcast. So
if you want to go that far back,
different company though, and that one kind of died.
Now, if it's like you get one game and it runs like at lower textures on your handheld, but you dock it, and then you get better textures and maybe you get a different experience in a way. Like you have more horsepower and like more processing power, so maybe you get more enemies in there or whatever. But
or maybe it just looks nice.
But it would be one game you buy and you can just like dock it. And you're still doing the same storyline. There's no side mission bullshit. It's still the same game. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Like
I don't know.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Like
yeah.
Like I'm playing. Let's say we're talking about Doom, the new Doom. You're playing it on your PC and you have your handheld. You remove it, and you're still playing Doom, same level. Like you don't skip a beat, and you're just like walking.
Isn't that what the concept of the earlier like daisy chaining Nintendo NX like graphics cloud-based thing was?
We're getting like way far off on this, but yeah, this whole thing, and I kind of don't like talk about it too much because it's pure speculation. Because they are so tight-lipped on that nobody knows jack shit.
Yeah.
That it's like at this point, I mean, we can discuss it, but I mean, it's neither here nor there, nor anywhere, very literally.
I wonder where that information did go.
Anyway, so
okay, go ahead.
Oculus, just buy a Vive. I think we've ended up at
buy Vive.
Oh, you guys want to know about movie stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
Angry Birds has toppled Civil War #1 in America.
Civil War.
In the box office. It got a cool $55 million opening weekend.
Still the best trailer for Civil War I've ever seen. It's the Japanese one.
Yeah.
It had so much emotion.
So that paves the way for...
I don't want to say...
Bird War.
Fruit Ninja is a thing now, the movie. That's going to be a thing about ninjas irrationally angry at fruit. Okay. No joke. They're already doing the Modcom movie.
That's a thing.
An emoticon movie?
Yeah, no joke. It's supposed to take place inside of a phone.
I'm gonna vomit.
I'm not gonna give it. I don't want to give it too much credit because they've kind of already done this with Wreck-It Ralph when they were inside of the games. And I'm like, that would be cool, but I know that's not what they're thinking of because then it would get rid of the whole emoticon thing.
Lawnmower Man too.
Because I remember like they were talking about it, they were saying like the Spotify was literally gonna be a stream, like a water source, because you stream music on Spotify. And it was gonna be like a stream, and it sounds dumb.
What?
Just rolling down like, oh, there's Justin Bieber. Yeah, there.
But I have to remind you, Angry Birds made $55 million opening weekend.
I'm still kind of tempted to see it.
Don't encourage them.
I don't want to.
I know you're already gonna watch the new Transformers, so you're in that mode of encouraging bad things to happen.
Yeah.
But
just to spite you, I might go watch it and then leave halfway through.
Wow.
So we've stop fapping. But we've been trash talking.
Inside. Just weeping for the movie industry here.
So we're fapping and weeping at the same time.
Well, we can still weep.
But you cannot fap
because the only new movie to come out in a while that's like a new IP that seemed pretty good came at number 4, which was The Nice Guys, on its opening weekend, which lost to Angry Birds.
One would say it finished last.
Civil War's 3rd or 4th week out.
On second thought, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go pay to watch Angry Birds, and then I'm gonna go watch the Good Guys.
The Nice Guys.
Good Guys
That's a nice balance.
That's a nice balance.
But you have to pay.
Where I gave one movie.
You have to pay.
Money.
You have to pay, not for Nice Guys.
And
then go see Angry Birds.
No, it's the other way around. I'm gonna pay to see Angry Birds and just go walk into Nice Guys.
That's even
But you're
the
giving,
worst.
you're
That's
giving
so bad.
the other movie. You're giving both a chance, right?
No.
No, I'm
You're
encouraging
not
a
paying
bad
for both.
movie and watching a good movie.
Oh.
Just to spite him.
So, what other thing though? This movie we've been trashing for a while.
Angry Birds?
Which movie?
X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, got it right.
I haven't been trashing it.
A lot of people have.
Okay.
The
Oh,
internet
man.
has.
Internet.
And we've
Um,
kind of just
even
been riding that train.
Critics have.
I have been saying that the franchise as a whole makes kind of pretty movies.
Days of Futures
But
Past was good.
It opened up in a whole bunch of foreign. It hasn't opened domestically,
I
but it
know.
opened up in a whole bunch of foreign markets, not including China and I believe Germany. I forgot what other one. Two big ones. And it made 101 million opening weekend
That's not bad.
internationally.
It's not
What are
bad.
the reviews? How did people
mixed,
receive it?
actually. It's mixed.
It's still like as bad as Babby Soups was at the beginning.
People are saying
But
that.
people are going to see it. So
Yeah. People are saying that this is like Fox's version of Civil War and Bat Beast Soups, like where you have like two different sides fighting each other, and you have Apocalypse in the background. But every review is the same, that Oscar Isaacs is a waste in this movie. Like he's just literally droning his way through. Like
Apocalypse?
there's like, why did you? Unless it's probably just for the paycheck, but there was his talents were severely wasted apparently.
it could also be just directing, dude. Because if they write a character bad and direct a character bad,
It's a bad character.
the character cannot be saved even by the best person.
Yep.
I'm thinking of an example where that's the opposite, but I'll get back to you on that
I
Yeah.
don't think there is one.
one. There's got to be one.
Well, I'll figure out
You,
one.
you
way.
can't
We'll
really
see him in
save a
3
bad
years while he
character.
watches every bad movie.
I already do that pretty weekly, but either way, yeah. So that's a thing. It's getting people to watch it, and that's not even including some of the bigger box offices.
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Although when it does come out next week, it's gonna have to compete internationally with Warcraft.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Although we're not getting that for like another month,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
another half a month,
How come we're getting movies like not first? What
We
happened to that?
need to
because we
be
spoil
first.
everything.
We were first.
We go online and spoil everything.
That is true, actually.
You know how many we saw
The
it.
image board on when Star
How-
Wars came out, the image board I frequent was like, "Do not post spoilers," and it was literally a civil war within the board to kill every Star Wars post that there was.
Well, okay, so this is interesting, like sort of related.
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of like looking over some of the fan posts or fan pages of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And someone's like, okay, well, it's Tuesday. It's still too early. You can't post anything related to the latest episode. And someone's like, well, in this day and age, in regards to TV shows, you really can't blame social media for posting stuff like that.
Yes, you
as
can.
As part of the fandom, it's your job to be excited.
No, it's not.
It's fan to be excited.
It is your job to be excited, but it's also your responsibility to not spoil the movie.
Is it your responsibility though?
Yes, if you're a fan,
I don't think it's your responsibility. It's a nice thing to do
to spoil the movie.
to not spoil the movie. It's
Yeah,
a nice
okay,
thing to
fine.
It's a
do.
nice gesture. Like you don't want to like throw
You're
trash
not,
on the
you're
floor.
not beholden by anything to not share how excited you are for what you just saw.
Okay.
You don't think it's part of the social contract of the fan culture to like, hey,
I think
Don't
I think
spoil
it-
this.
I
yeah,
think it
I
depends.
want them to be as excited about it as,
it depends
as I
on-
was when I first saw it.
I think the social contract is you didn't watch it, so you're not a fucking fan.
Woo.
I'm
Wow,
fucking with
that's
you.
a fucking
I'm
one.
fucking with you.
We won! We won!
I can see that.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
No, nobody wins when you do the nuclear
You
option.
didn't care to watch it the day it came out. You don't care
I
enough
had
for
work.
spoilers.
If you can't-
I
I have
don't
a
give a
job.
shit.
If you can't afford HBO, you're not a true fan.
That's why I never cared.
Not a true fan.
That's why I never
And
cared.
that was true apathy. Was what we
And
heard.
then the people, the fans of the books are like, if you didn't read the books since '96, or yeah, it was '96,
Yeah.
you're not a true fan.
I was 6. I could barely read.
I was 4. I ate books.
So you are saying you could read, right?
You
So
could-
you
barely
could,
read,
you
but you
could.
could.
You had access to books. Your parents
He
could
barely
buy
knew what
books.
Go.Go was.
What one? It was C-Spot Ride.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
God, I feel bad for your childhood.
Where are we in the segment now?
See, I was just talking about how
Social
X-Men
contract?
was it's doing way better than anyone thought it would.
Okay.
And also that, there's no hope for new movies because all we want to see is either the next Marvel movie or whatever is familiar to us, like the new Ghostbusters or the new Angry Birds because people know what Angry Birds is, or what the new Fruit Ninja is because
What's
people
the Nice
know what
Guys?
Fruit
Like, I
Ninja
didn't
is.
hear anything about that.
Oh,
That's the thing. The marketing was shit, dude.
The marketing
it
was
was
shit.
out there, but
The
people,
trailer is nice.
Yeah.
it's it's an older type. It looks like a buddy cop comedy
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I thought they
It's
were
got
more-
Ryan Gosling and
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe
yeah.
Yeah,
fighting around the world.
yeah, it doesn't sound like something. I would
Fighting
do.
around the
I
wild.
want to say
Oh,
they're
that's pretty
set in
good.
the
Meets
80s.
Drive.
They're
I think you
private
need to make
detectives.
something
I want to say
compelling
late 70s.
and market it well.
Early
It
90s.
looks
early
compelling.
80s.
I don't know about the marketing because I kept seeing it everywhere, but that just could have been me.
Is it a
No.
case of
It
Dread?
depends where what you frequent.
I was on YouTube, although I do have ads on my YouTube, so
I don't have ads,
that could be it.
and I just watch the things that I watch, and
Yeah,
or if I'm trying to learn how to do something, I'll look that up, and then I just look more things about that.
Yeah,
I don't.
I was like, it's weird because I feel like outside of that, I don't see many ads.
Okay.
So like, it feels like almost I don't know how you market things anymore because most people just block out ads altogether. I pay the extra for Hulu to not have ads.
Okay.
I don't pay for YouTube because I have Spotify, but and then because the Google Music stuff, so I don't really get anything other than no ads. And I was like, screw it, I don't really care.
You get that red tube like
YouTube
or
Red.
red YouTube red, yeah.
RedTube.
Yeah,
It's special content that I don't
YouTube
watch.
Red.
So it all looks like shit.
Yeah.
Some of it looks interesting, but not all of it, and I don't care enough.
The only
Yeah.
thing.
Because there are a few things on there I'm like, oh, that looks legitimately interesting that I would watch, but
Not
I'm
enough
like,
to pay.
not enough to pay $14.99. I mean, I guess I could do the free month to watch everything all
$10.
at once.
It's
Or
not
10, is
more.
it 10
It's
bucks?
$10. You get Google Music. And you
I've
get,
Yeah, yeah.
ignored the
Oh.
option to pay, and it said, "Please, we'll give you 3 months free for. 3 months for $1." Like, no.
I just kind of want to watch the Rooster Teeth thing.
Yeah, like they have the Rooster Teeth thing, but then they also have like fucking
Scared
Game
PewDiePie.
Theorist is doing their own thing, and Scared PewDiePie also look kind of whatever.
It's a good way to kill
There
time.
are things on there, but there's not enough for me to be like, I need to like. It doesn't. This is the same reason I don't do HBO now.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a ton of content on there that. You got Boardwalk Empire.
Like the only thing I'm gonna watch is gonna be Game of Thrones. So I'm probably just gonna wait till the end of the seasons. I don't really care about spoilers. I'm gonna just get it for a month and just binge it.
it's good shit though.
That's what I do, especially with things like that, because I don't watch everything on HBO, and I do have like cable, and I could get the package, but it's fucking expensive, and they lock you down for fucking ever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get HBO now.
Silicon Valley. It's a good show.
Well, I switched going from Hulu to HBO now to watch a lot of the good shows I hadn't watched before. Oz and The Wire. Those two I heard was really good, and it's a little dated, but it's good. A lot of good, high quality content there. You know.
But I feel like the thing that I'm looking forward to,
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna wait until, and then because it's not gonna take me a full month to fucking binge everything. It took me a good few days. I'll still have enough days to go through and watch whatever else they have on there. And I may even keep it for longer than a month, but like I'm gonna just wait until everything's caught up so I can catch up all at once.
Okay.
Unless I end up canceling Hulu, which I may, because it's sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't.
I'm getting bored with Netflix. There's nothing really I like.
Oh.
That's a story
Like
we
that,
have.
like-
We can. Since 2014, they've actually cut like
A lot of
32% of
Mm.
their total movie things. But if you want to do the honors, Don,
All right, cool. All right, guess what, guys?
Oh.
Disney and Pixar made a partnership with Netflix.
Okay.
They're basically saying that they're going to release modern, I guess, not necessarily like the older films, but a lot of newer works to Netflix. So you can probably expect a lot of newer Pixar movies, a lot of the newer Disney films.
Disney owns most of our pop culture, anyways,
do
so that
you-
makes sense.
do you know that this deal actually happened 3 years ago?
Did not.
The only reason people are talking about it now is because everybody forgot that because of, I think, a whole bunch of other deals they had to wait 3 years. But by this, I believe it's by this August or by this September, they should be releasing pretty much anything that's within Disney, within Pixar, within Lucasfilms, within Marvel.
Oh man, so Star Wars.
Anything. We don't know how they're going to release it, though. It could be staggered, not to get
It's
people
gonna,
to
be
binge everything.
staggered, yeah. And
Is it
I don't know
tired?
if they'll release Star
And
Wars.
I'm not sure. Well, they said Lucasfilms, so
It's
Oh, the
Lucasfilms,
Ewoks movie.
Indiana Jones, but
oh,
not. I don't think they'll release Star Wars. They want you to buy those fucking Blu-rays.
well, I'm assuming they're going to wait for a while. Like I think anything that comes to
Nope.
Blu-ray, they're not going to release. They're going to give it a window of Blu-ray exclusivity, and then after a few months they're gonna do.
They'll release it a month or two before the new movie.
Yeah,
That's when you're gonna get it.
yeah. That also sounds. But I think the older ones they will release because at that point those have been sold like 10,000 times.
But
like
not
10,000
the original
different
version because we actually do want to see.
I don't know. Either way, what I'm hoping for is that we get Song of the South.
Yeah, hell, we miss.
No,
we're not getting
no.
that.
That is.
Yay!
That
History
is locked
lesson.
in the Disney vault in a little case with a self-destruct. If anybody walks in there that's not authorized, it blows up.
It takes everything with it, all the classics.
Yeah, they just keep it so they can keep it on their license, and then nobody else can release it.
And then they keep that damn rabbit like in a Hannibal Lecter setup.
Is it still like legitimately banned?
Let me find it.
I think they released it once.
I don't think is it
I don't
banned.
think
It's been banned in a few countries. I don't know if it was banned here.
I don't think it was banned here. I just think they're
They just
ashamed of
refuse
it.
to release it. That's all.
I thought it was banned for a little bit. That they were like, no.
No, I think the only ones that are still banned are the Warner 11.
No,
Looney
there's no ban.
No, they just don't want to release it because
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's-
they themselves ban themselves.
Wookiee
from
Christmas
kind of-
special.
Wookiee Christmas special.
I thought those were all destroyed in the Great Cleansing.
Only one is remaining,
That
and
one
they're
might
going to upload it.
legitimately be destroyed other than VHS copies.
There are copies out there, and there's bootleg copies of copies of copies.
Yeah. Oh, that's I would believe that's the only way it exists because I'm pretty sure he would have burned all the fucking actual reels.
I heard the legend that there might be a few rare copies out there on laser discs.
Ooh.
Thus, it's
Yeah.
digitized.
Format or continue.
Yeah, well, I mean, wasn't it till like late last year that Betamax was still being printed,
Yeah.
like produced?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
VR console war, just saying.
Mm.
The future.
the
So
future.
you're gonna watch the Star Wars holiday special on the Oculus?
Ugh.
I mean,
Why would you subject yourself to that?
Well, actually, there is like an Oculus-like device inside of the Star Wars special. So
There is.
yeah,
So I mean, like the movie itself, but I just don't think the reels exist. So I don't think they would, and I don't think he would actually allow them to, or maybe they.
He doesn't have control over it anymore.
Oh, he doesn't.
that's true.
I still think without the actual reels, I don't think they're gonna release like a copy off of VHS.
I feel like they would release it just because Lucas said it was like white slavery or movie slavery. But the new movie, I remember who was bitching about it. Like before it came out, he said it's good, and then after it came out, it's like slavery or something like that.
That's not how Lucas talks. It's like, oh yeah, it's really good. Looks good. I like it, and looks like my vision. It looks nice.
They're friends.
Yeah, they're
I know they did
God
release.
damn it!
They released the animated portion of that film afterwards. The part with Boba Fett. They released it somewhere else because that's the part they
cartoon?
really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the cartoon part looked pretty cool.
Oh God!
That
For its
movie was
time.
like, probably just as disjointed as Batman v Superman.
Well, yeah.
Please make it go away.
Either way.
Can we move on?
It exists on YouTube.
It
So
does.
yeah, Netflix will be getting more stuff pretty soon.
I didn't know that kind of darkness existed.
You might want to look at it.
Oh boy.
Either way, let's move on to some other.
Oh, he called Disney white slavers. Sorry,
Ah.
Okay.
he doesn't like the fact that he sold his stuff.
Well, that's his fault.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, he made like cash on it.
He's just mad because they did a better job.
Yeah.
Also true.
I'm gonna release a movie. It's gonna be all about dewbacks.
All right.
So anyway, you guys want to talk about comics?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, sure. What
All right,
are we
all
talking about?
I'm sticking to my answer.
I've been avoiding them for a while now because it just kind of got convoluted on all sides,
Like Marvel.
and like Marvel, and because DC has been building up to its next reboot, which I loathe.
What did the
Because
Flash
it's-
do now?
Wasn't the Flash's fault that we know of? Maybe,
This time?
kinda. Well, yeah, it wasn't the Flash's fault. I kind of know. Some minor spoilers ahead, if you guys care.
Boop, toot, toot.
All right, so the newest reboot that's coming to the DC universe, well, there's Earth 2 multiverse, the main
Coming to
universal
DC.
core
Coming to DC.
coming to DC
DC.
is, of course, called DC Rebirth.
Okay.
Okay, so they're completely
Coming
kind
out of the
of
womb again.
dissolving the New 52, sort of, ish.
Okay.
It's still going to exist
Uh-huh.
as a thing. It's very not explained well. Like that sentence structure. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the way we got to the New 52 was the aftermath of Flashpoint.
Where Flash broke the universe.
And then it reformed all back together into technically one solid cohesive universe.
And then they broke it.
And then they started to break it again by creating Earth 2 and some other things. Okay.
Good job, DC.
Well, it can't help it, basically.
New generation's still making the same mistakes. I'm sorry.
That's fine. So, we have some carryover from New 52 that has been confirmed into Rebirth. So, the first thing is Ray Palmer, also known as
The Atom.
The Atom. Yeah. Thank you. Will be trapped in the microverse, starting of Rebirth.
With the Wasp?
Hey. Let's get microscopic.
Oh, that's actually sad on his part.
Different universe. Okay.
Nothing matters in the tiny verse.
Okay. On the other hand, New 52 era Superman will be confirmed dead starting of Rebirth.
Jesus, they brought him back and then
Oh no, Clark.
After he's the first Supes to get a new power in like 30 years. Nah, fuck it, you're dead.
Clark Clint. Since
Anyway.
he was living under an alias, I decided to change his name.
Fine. Okay. In the Rebirth, we're gonna learn more about the true power origin story behind the Blue Beetle powers that Jaime Reyes controls.
You know who else did that? Fucking Young Justice.
They did.
They did. And then they canceled it.
Because the toy sales were shit.
There were toys?
Yeah.
I didn't know there were toys.
The toys were also shit. That's kind of why the sales were
Well,
shit.
actually, a lot of toys have become shit.
It's true.
quality.
But that's also kind of what not enough funding because it was percentage.
I heard it was because girls were into the show.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
This isn't Marvel.
It's not Marvel? Was that a thing with Marvel?
The Marvel CEO, that guy who hasn't had a picture taken in like 30 years, has said that
Ike,
that we do
That's
not
his name.
want, or that he thinks that there should not be any Black Widow things because she's a woman. So no merch for Black Widow.
I'm sad now.
He's been on record for saying that.
That makes me legitimately sad. Not like
He's a weird dude. He's only in charge now of the TV shows, which may also be the reason they killed off Inhumans, because the TV shows have been going on the Inhumans thing. So maybe Big Papa Disney's like, fuck you. And yeah, the dude's crazy.
Yeah.
that dude's
We've
fucking
talked about
insane.
it.
We have.
We've tried to find a recent photo.
No, there's not.
What was the best we could do?
A very blurry image of someone in a green coat.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
going on.
Right. So Wally West is coming back.
Kid
in
Flash?
2 forms. Yes, Kid Flash.
2 forms.
2 forms. Okay, so the old pre-52 Wally West is coming back. He'll be acting as some sort of herald of cosmic stuff.
God damn it,
doom
Speed Force.
thing. Not necessarily the Speed Force's fault this time.
He's
Just
a
saying.
speedster, so I'm blaming him.
Fair enough. The new 52 Wally West will be on the Teen Titans team led by Damian Wayne.
That's been a thing for a while now.
True, but I just like saying that because it makes Don vomit a little.
Good.
Yeah. It's good. Good times. All right. So why is the rebirth happening? The comic sales have kind of plunged a little, mostly because DC also has started to upcharge more. Their average price when the new 52 launched was $3 a comic.
Yep.
How much now?
$4 to $5 a comic.
Jesus.
That doesn't sound like much of a,
That $5 applies to Batman.
It used to be $1.25.
Well, yeah, back in the olden days.
You're not that goddamn old.
Yeah.
No, remember it was $1.25. What that was? It was the price of gas basically. It was like 90s.
Yeah,
But late 90s though.
Late 90s, I know that's when most of us kind of started tipping our toes into some comics. But it's long past. Get over it, basically, is what DC has been trying to say. So has Marvel. Marvel, beforehand, has already been pushing the $4 comic.
Yeah, their annuals are usually like $7, if not up to 14.
I did buy
Yeah.
an annual and it was like $6 or $7.
Yeah, no, annuals and special one-offs cost a shit ton.
Yep.
I wanted to pick up the C-3PO one-off. It's a one-shot from Marvel where it explains his Red Hand origin. I've seen the story. The artwork's pretty nice, and I like it. It's $5 for a C-3PO comic.
Is he not worth it? Is he not worth it?
He is, but I just not had the money that
You
day.
look at him in his dead robot eyes and tell him that.
You didn't have $5.
Not for that day.
Next
no.
time you buy a burger, you're gonna be like, they could have been C-3PO.
Either way,
His
Not
dead,
the point.
lifeless robot
Not
eyes.
the point. Okay, so the major thing
Yeah.
that have some people in a bit of an uproar, for good or bad,
Yeah.
is the biggest major change in Rebirth will be the inclusion and full canonization in the main Marvel universe. I mean, in the main DC universe. Sorry, we've been jumping ships a lot.
Trains.
Trains, planes, automobiles, whatever.
Basically.
Toot toot.
So the full canonization of
You know, for a donkey show, we really ran a lot of cars. Maybe other vehicles.
full canonization of the Watchmen from Alan Moore into DC's main canonical universe.
okay.
Somewhere in the world, Alan Moore is screaming.
More once.
Preacher was also DC, right?
I think Vertigo.
Vertigo.
No. Is it Dark Horse? Fuck balls. They all start to blend.
Which one is the one that's super angry?
All of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna go either Vertigo or Dark Horse.
Looking
Leaning
it up.
towards Dark
Right,
Horse.
it's Vertigo.
Preacher.
Oh, Preacher? Oh, crap. That's Vertigo as well.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So why are people flipping out?
Because that's a novel, not a
Alan Moore has
Well, it was DC Vertigo.
DC owned Vertigo forever, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They launched Vertigo back in the 80s, I think.
That's
Vertigo.
I won't do the history lesson now. I'll do
An
it later.
imprint of DC Comics.
Okay, so Alan Moore has always
Thank
had
you,
a
Basement.
weird thing with all of his works. He likes his works to be kind of left alone, published, and that's
He
it.
hated every movie
And
that's been adapted.
and-
every one of them.
yeah.
He's hated him ever since Watchmen, right?
No, he hated League
Since
of
before
Extraordinary
that?
Gentlemen. He hated V for
I
Vendetta.
forgot about
He
that
hated
one.
From Hell. Like those are 4 movies.
Which is the
And-
first
and
one that they
Watchmen.
did that he got really pissed off and why he hates all of them.
I think it was From Hell. Let me see.
Maybe.
Whatever the first one was is the one. But yeah, so this is weird, like that they're
Yeah, From Hell.
adapting
Mhm.
it, I guess. Like,
Well,
Not
okay.
adapting.
or not,
just
like, like
Inducting it.
Like-
yeah.
inducting, yeah.
like taking this standalone
Because
weird
it's
thing and
been
just,
for
like,
this all these times, even when they did the movie, which was done by Warner and everything else. And DC has always owned the rights to it. I mean, they republished it because of all the hype around the movie, and they got a shit ton of sales for it.
Yeah.
They did a second series
And yeah, they did a
prequel
second
series.
prequel series thing,
to
which
set
is
up for a second movie.
possibly,
Oh,
though it never took off the ground, so everyone's
Yeah.
okay with it.
thank you, God.
Well, yeah, it's always been basically left alone. It's its own separate miniverse inside, completely never connected to the main DC universe. Because it itself is a meta criticism of superheroes.
Maybe that's where the new series is going.
According to Jeff Johns, the guy who's doing the lead on this whole Rebirth thing, which is also he's doing most of the new script work. or
He's
whatever
the creative head now for
Yeah.
DC
for the movie section.
cinematics. So
I kind of want a self-hating comic series, actually, now that he mentions it.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh crap! Actually, what's really cool is that I'm sorry, but Alan Moore did write back in the '80s a series of comics that went unpublished called Twilight of the Superheroes, which was basically literally about the golden age of DC heroes, so Superman, the basically Justice League. And what's cool is that they used the majority of that plot in from Kingdom Come, the one that came out in the late '90s, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually like that one,
So,
even though some people don't.
Alan Moore, that wasn't bad. It's just Superman's hair was weird.
It was a different art style, but ignoring that, it was a really
Well, it was Alex Ross. He
Was
great.
it
Yeah.
was it when he was rocking a mullet?
Yeah.
No.
He had a little rat tail, right?
No,
Wasn't it?
Kingdom Come?
Yeah.
No,
He had
no.
a weird ponytail.
That's when everyone was old and grizzled.
Right.
And set in their ways. And then there was this new breed of heroes that were doing things differently.
Well, basically, the Twilight of the Superheroes is a connection made between the Golden Age and the Silver Age heroes, I remember. And it's basically saying, in an alternate universe, the Golden Age of the Justice League succeeded in making kind of like a separate factions, if you will. It's kind of like the Old Man Logan storyline. Each faction was run by different superheroes. So there's a faction of Batman, or Batman runs that. Then you have Wonder Woman, and then you have Superman taking over part of the United States. And Superman was supposed to join nations with Wonder Woman. Batman and several of the heroes didn't want that to happen, so he plotted to take them down. It was really violent, but it was supposed to end that universe entirely and explain how that moved into the Silver Age. Really meta, really cool. That was Alan Moore's only connection with DC. And if we're talking about a comic line not making fun of itself, but analyzing itself to that extent, it could draw from that 80s storyline. So I had a moment there.
Okay, well, okay.
I doubt it.
It was a moment.
Well, I mean...
I'm going to dash your moment and kill your dreams. They're not going to do that.
Damn
it. If I'm honest, most likely no. But it would be cool, but...
It was still published. They could still use that. Like Star Wars.
You're like a kid with a giant lollipop and they just came and kicked you in the nuts.
And then broke the lollipop and took...
No, I don't care about the lollipop. I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
This was the only concept art, basically. But it was a whole series of that. And anyway, they did take the idea and turned it into Kingdom Come.
I don't think that's the direction they're going in. They just want to get in the Watchmen because the game's super popular and it's a pop culture thing now.
Sort of. There is another reason why they want the Watchmen in here.
Okay, go.
Which is that they've announced it. The main antagonist, I can't really call him a villain yet because he hasn't been confirmed fully as a villain.
He's just that jackass.
An antagonist for the events that are going to occur within Rebirth.
Which break the universe. Sort of. And then remake it.
Sort of, yeah. Well, ish. Okay, apparently that's giving part of it away. He affected the memories of all of the major DC heroes. And I guess maybe even the minor heroes. Who knows?
Those poor kids.
So that they forgot 10 years of their lives. That's the main thing. And that's why New 52 sort of occurred, or it's from that or something. Again, it hasn't been fully explained. You have to get the comics and start figuring it out, which will be coming out, I think, next week.
Yeah.
Who
is it?
All right. Well, anyway, so the main antagonist is Dr. Manhattan.
Cool.
They've already fully brought him in. He is going to be villain-esque.
We've already seen what happens to Bionic Man in Flashpoint. Was it Bionic Man?
Again, man, they're legitimately just cash grabbing. I don't believe this is serving any kind of storyline. I believe they're just Watchmen is a big thing now. DC is struggling. Bring in Watchmen.
Is it a big thing?
People still like it. It's still like
Watchmen has a large cult following.
Is it just the people who liked it before and they just still like it, or did it
no?
Really draw
because there's a lot of people who got brought in by the movie.
The movie made people curious, and then they went and bought the book, and they were like, "I like the book more."
Basically.
But I know a lot of people that enjoy that movie. Like it's their favorite movie, and there's a lot of people who still cosplay from that movie.
Yep.
A lot.
I mean, that movie is very, very.
Is that the only movie they've ever seen?
The comic.
No,
I mean the movie was like a complete copy of the comic as far as costumes go.
Yeah. No, I mean, I will give Snyder a thing.
He did do a good job.
He visually can make a comic come to life. Story-wise, take it away from him.
Don't touch that.
But you know, like it's the people that you know that they got it from the movies and not from the comics.
Yeah. And
then that's still a thing. Like it's still a pop culture thing. Like just the pop figures of it. It's still like you do Watchmen. People understand Watchmen, and they know it basically from the movie.
There's pop figures of Watchmen.
I don't think it's that big. I really don't see too many people referencing things from Watchmen and other like videos or anything else that I watch.
I don't know what you watched. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There's nothing on porn, so I can't agree with you.
It's gonna be a very dark toned porn.
There you go.
Whoa.
Why am I disturbed by that? That is a murderer in a pop form. Oh my god.
Wait, let me see. No.
No.
It's not
Well,
right.
they did.
There's not enough penis.
American Horror Story. Either way, like it's somewhat pop culture-ish. I think that died for me. I don't know. I just why Watchmen? Like Alan Moore already doesn't like anybody.
Very true.
He probably doesn't even like himself.
But he doesn't own it, right?
No,
that's
That's what you do when you sign your work away.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's exactly
what you do.
It's why fucking
You'd think he'd learn. He's like
Lucas is like white slavers. Alan Moore's like everyone sucks. You sell your shit away and then they start doing shit with it and you're like, fuck you, man.
That's very true.
I mean,
So if you like your child, you don't sell the child because you need some beer money, right?
Jesus Christ.
How
What if it
badly
was
do
a
you want
lot
beer?
of beer?
It's a lot of okay. You can.
This
Then you
is
can't bitch about
Like all the beer
the
money.
cruel things they do
Like
to your
all the
kid.
beer money.
it's like it's like when you divorce your wife and she ends up with the kids, kind of thing.
And then she ditches him at your
Because you
house.
made it with her, but when she leaves, when one of you leaves, you're not guaranteed to keep that kid.
Yeah.
But was there an understanding that the person was going to leave with the kid?
No, there was an understanding that you were never going to leave because you got married and had a kid.
Did you sign a
They're
contract
not-
saying
Isn't that a
what you
marriage is a
They didn't do
contract?
It's called a prenup.
They didn't,
I'm saying,
they didn't prenup because they
Except
thought
you
they
don't
were
have
going to be
prenups at
together
work.
forever. It's a very naive way of thinking.
Yep.
But they thought they were going to be together forever. Then shit happens. They split up and they end up with the kid, and now they're beating the kid every day. You can't do shit.
You get
about
2
it.
Christmases though.
If you're the kid,
You get 2 beatings on Christmas.
You remind me of your father. No.
You get a beating and a
Alright.
half because I'm so tired from the first
Yeah,
beating.
that went way too dark.
that is
You
dark.
look like your mother. Wait, no. Jesus Christ.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, so I guess that would be more of like it's more of it's a naive way of thinking, and usually they get younger artists and people to do it. But it's always like I'm gonna do this, and then they're like, yeah, but we have it, and then you split up, and then you're like, oh wait, I just realized they can do whatever they want with it. It doesn't matter if it even fits with what I'm trying to do with it.
And then you sit around for 30 years.
Although,
with your
I mean,
stacks
I don't
of
know.
money.
It's exactly what James Wan did with Saw. Like after he sold the sequels, it's like, oh shit, 10 sequels later. Not what I planned.
Did you guys enjoy what they did with the New 52 stuff?
I mean that's where I jumped into more serious collecting because I just had a better standpoint, and I'll probably get
Did they
back
do a
into
good
it.
job with,
Some things are good, some things are.
on
Yeah.
average, like
I-
or like
I couldn't
overall?
get
It's
I
still
couldn't get a
comics.
good foothold in with New
Overall, was
52.
it good though?
I couldn't get a good foothold in with New 52 because I like to start off at number 1, and I couldn't find any number 1s
Okay.
for a decent price
No, I started out with the number ones and stuff.
because they were already into it at the time.
depending on what you want to look for, I can help you out.
I was just gonna go out and get the collections because I know I wanted to
fucking
do
go on
Batman.
Comixology or get the. Does DC still have their pass?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just get the DC Comics pass and you
Yeah,
get all
I
that.
got
That is
number ones.
cheaper.
How badly do you want them?
I mean, I managed to get Flash number
How
1.
badly do you want them?
Not bad enough.
Damn it.
Either way, no,
But-
it could be good. It could be good. I just bringing in Watchmen to me, it doesn't seem.
Kosher.
I think it's an influx of new content that the series might
Maybe.
need. You know,
It,
at
it
this
could,
point, you've had 6 years of
Yeah.
like the same thing, and you need like a.
it could be good.
something.
I'm the pessimist. I always think badly when shit like this happens. I'm like,
It's just,
gonna
a little
go
bit, it's
bad.
just a little bit of crack. What can go wrong?
yeah.
Have you? Okay.
That's what they
No,
said
I'm
when
just gonna
they
let it
introduced
play
the
out.
new Robin.
Yeah.
See, a
exactly.
lot of people would
Exactly.
just smoke that little rock and be fine, have a good time.
The first one's free
I'm the one
after
who
all.
ends up in jail having murdered 20 people
After your first one.
before I even took it.
Oh, boy.
Oh no, see, you put it in backwards. There was no airflow.
No, but yeah. So that I mean, I don't know.
Your cigarettes back.
I'm the pessimist. I'm the one who's like, they're gonna fuck this up. So that's my feeling. I'm probably still gonna go out and buy Detective Comics and Batman because those are the two I always follow.
Okay.
And I don't know what else
Is
is
he
coming
gonna-
out.
Like, is he just being used as a plot device, or is he actually going to be? Or,
He's gonna be a
Is
thing.
it just him, or is other people coming
For
into it?
right now, it's only been confirmed him, Doctor
Okay.
Manhattan.
I can
Mostly
see it.
because he is the most powerful being out of the Watchmen. Because he's
And
He's the only one with powers.
well, there's
depending on where they are on the
Ozzy-
timeline,
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias, what is he? doing?
Rorschach would be dead.
Yeah,
Ozymandias may be too old.
maybe too old, but he did have some sort of abilities.
Bruce would smash Spectre.
I'm trying to remember
If they're joining these, you can't assume anything at this point because they're
Very
putting in
true.
another universe,
Yeah,
banging them together.
I'm trying to like depending on the timeline though. Like I guess I think he kind of like Rorschach would be dead. Spoilers.
He's a splatter.
But, like if it's enough time afterwards, the other ones would be all kind of like.
People never come back from comics when they die.
No.
Some of them don't. Some of them aren't lucky enough to.
Very true.
Not where the Watchmen come
Also,
from, but
he
we can
was,
probably
like,
change that.
Completely demoleculized.
He was a splatter on the floor.
He was basically evaporated.
Yeah.
I don't think that stops. What happened to
I think the only
Wolverine?
two,
Didn't he come back from like a single cell?
he came back from a single drop of blood.
Yeah.
He did.
But that's Marvel.
But that is Marvel.
It's comics.
And then
It's
they,
Marvel.
true.
though.
And then they killed him for real, and they covered him in molten adamantium. Bleh.
Is he still dead?
Old man Logan.
No.
See,
In the current
this is
comics,
the thing you have to ask in comics.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
still
still
dead?
He's still dead, but he's alive also.
It's very annoying. See, it's very annoying. There were a long time where there used to be like certain constants. A few people would always stay dead. Two of them on the top of the list were from Marvel: Uncle Ben and Bucky. And then they brought back Bucky. So
He's
that
the winner.
ruined
Uncle
the
Ben is
list.
still dead.
Uncle Ben's still dead.
They brought back Gwen Stacy too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Gwenpool and Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. Yeah.
Spider-Gwen was cool.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
I like her a lot.
I'm sure you do.
That was,
I don't know. I'm a sucker for this. I'm gonna go back into it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, don't fuck it up.
I'm.
And they
the-
You cannot encourage this action by not giving the money.
You
I
can't. That's
could, and I probably might even wait.
But your morbid curiosity might drive you to actually buy one.
that's the problem there.
It's also very cheap.
Or the act of not participating provokes it also. Like Schrodinger's cat.
No, I think the other issue with comics is a little different though, because since they're rebooting the whole universe, I can't stop them.
Again, yeah.
Like it's
It's too late.
So
You can stop them by not giving them money, so they
The noodles in the
burn,
pot and the water's
crash
boiling.
and burn.
So they reboot it again, except earlier instead of 5 years
They'll
from
crash
now.
and burn, and then like you'll teach other, like
Learn your lesson.
it'll teach Marvel not to do things like that.
Marvel's already done it, though.
I know, but if one of them crashes and burns because they do that, other people will hesitate.
Well,
Next
anyways.
time they think about doing
All I'm saying
something
is like only well, I can't say only, but mostly the two big comic companies are the ones that constantly reboot. The other smaller ones, they do.
they don't do a lot of universe stuff though.
Well,
Not
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, some do. Sorry, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. Let's move on from this rebirth stuff.
Yay.
I will try to do some more reporting on it later.
Because it's a thing.
And I'm not going to say I'm going to try to keep up with it because I probably won't, but I will look into it.
You are a messenger.
I will say this because you were asking earlier,
Yes.
and I didn't get an answer. I want to say about 60% of like the initial launches for the New 52 were really good at one point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some dropped, other ones stayed constantly awesome.
Batman specifically.
Batman,
yeah,
Green Lantern, parts of Wonder Woman were pretty good.
It just feels weird that they rebooted it so fast.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years barely. It
5
feels.
years.
So it's weird.
I'm probably going to go out and buy a bunch of the Batman story arcs.
Yes. Side note: if you are going to be collecting New 52, which is technically old now, but not to confuse with the old 52.
My brain hurts.
New 52 were the only one to ever call 52 because they started out with 52 comics.
No, there was the 52 year, the year 52.
Oh,
What?
DC loves to reuse certain things, mostly Flash fucking up things, the number 52 for some reason, and the letters DC.
My brain is hurting so much right now.
I might
Okay, so
actually,
it's kind of like
I might invest in the time of actually making a timeline and maybe a video series for this, just to explain it.
no, you don't.
I said I might.
Is he gonna make one of those like what's it called, flash animations?
Maybe.
It comes out tonight, by the way. Tomorrow.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
Is this open?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow
Yeah.
in the morning.
No, right now.
what's a
Oh,
morning?
right now?
You
God,
can
no.
you can open it up.
What's a morning?
What's the next in the item?
It's when the day star arises.
Itemized.
Well, anyway.
Is that when I have to sacrifice a cat?
So anyway, so if you are going to try to collect New 52 issues, you might be able
They're
to find
releasing
them.
at $2.99.
Oh, that's a nice price.
Okay. What was I going to say? Fuck. Right. If you're trying to collect New 52 back issues, you might be able to find them at cheap now for a few weeks before other collectors might try to go after them to finish up collections. Just saying that now. So if you are into that, you should start working on it.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on.
All right.
What's next?
All day.
Pogs.
Sorry,
Pogs.
it's not Pogs. They look like Pogs.
Space Marines.
All right. So from Games Workshop and 40K, they have released some images as well as other things for new terrain and basing options. So they're going to be releasing armored containers as a terrain set. You'll get 3 large containers plus some oil drums, ammo dump kind of stuff. You know, not terrible. Price hasn't been fully set for that, so
They're really good.
yeah. The other things that we have here are new bases that have city basing on it, basically.
So big Pogs.
32 millimeter Pogs, yeah.
They're
Made of
painted.
plastic.
They're already
made of
painted?
plastic. Not painted.
Oh.
So you're gonna have to paint them. But you
That's-
know,
So are they premium Pogs?
They're textured Pogs.
textured Pogs, textured plastic Pogs.
Man, we're stepping up in the Pog world.
There you go. They do come in some odd amounts, I will say. So, yeah, that's a thing. Let's see. We've got the large basing kit, which will come with a lot of like little like rubble, manhole covers, destroyed ruins, pieces of architecture, lamps, vents, broken pottery, statues, broken walls. $33. 32 millimeter basing kit, which will include 60 of them. $33,
It's like 50 cents a piece.
basically. The oval basing kit at 60 millimeters and 75 millimeters and 90 millimeters will be 33. Should be 18 bases per set. So 18 of 60, 75, and 90. And then we have the round basing kit at 25 millimeters and 40 millimeters at $33.
Nice. They're pretty cool.
And those last two will be at 60 each.
I wish they were pre-painted though.
Nah, you have to paint. That's
it's
part
a
of the
modeling
thing.
company, so they save money and charge you more money by giving you the option of painting.
Lucrative.
Plus, paint apps are usually real bad, anyways.
Yeah, kind of.
Unless you get like really, really good ones, and those are really expensive.
Okay.
Right, let's move on to some.
The last bit.
Oh,
Yeah, I got one more. Sorry.
Take off.
Is we finally have a date
Yay,
for the 100, 100, 100, 100 special in North America. At Games Workshop stores only, exclusively to North America. So Canada, US, Mexico, and basically it.
That's the
Canada,
three of us.
U.S.
Yeah. Well, Mexico's included.
That Games Workshop is a trap.
They have, I think, like one in Mexico City.
Oh.
I did not expect that.
Hey,
They've got like.
Chico, you want to buy a Necron? Come here in this room.
Anyway,
Get him. Get his kidney.
it will be opening.
I suddenly just want orcs with sombreros.
They will be opening up, or at least it's scheduled to be opening up, their 100th store in North America in and around the 28th through 29th of this month of May. So, exclusively to Games Workshop stores, you will be able to purchase for $20 one single fig that is a remake in brand new mold in plastic from an old 1991 exclusive like Games Day style fig, which is a Space Marine posing with a power fist and a gun and a cape. That's basically it. You can also get him completely free if you buy $100 worth of things, which is fairly quickly and easily done by purchasing as little as 2 items in the store.
So $20 you said?
$20.
Okay.
If you get the $100 version, though,
Yeah.
which is the $100, you can get him free. You also get an exclusive lapel pin if you want that. I'm just telling you what it's.
Disney
what is the
penetrating.
truth. Anyway, I don't think he comes with any special rules or anything because he's basically a standard Space Marine that looks really cool. You can use him probably as a sergeant or as a captain.
So weird, man.
Just throwing out the information.
They just want to rip you anywhere you go.
Well, that is very true. I will also say, side note, this is not the first time that they've had 100+ stores in North America. They used to. Then they closed a shit ton of them down.
Well, how do you think they keep running this promotion? They just have to close them and then reopen them until they get to 100 again.
Well, see,
and then they close them again. And
they overextended back in the day. They had one everywhere almost, sort of.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, let's move on to a few trailers that came out. Did you guys watch the Star Trek trailer?
Yeah, pretty good.
You made me watch it.
I didn't make you watch it. I wasn't watching it myself.
Oh, you weren't?
Okay.
I was halfway. I was paying attention, but I was setting up.
I mean, it looks good. It looks action-packed, and I think that Justin Lin has a different eye than JJ does. JJ is more, I guess, like spacey in a way. I feel like JJ has more of a gentle approach to space. There's a lot of floating. There's a lot of, awe in space. That's why there's lens flares incorporated. Justin Lin is like power.
Too fast, too furious, and like drifting.
Adrenaline, power.
Blasting
He
Beastie
did
Boys.
the Fast and the Furious stuff. So that's
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Too space, too curious. Final Frontier.
That's a good
Too
one.
space, too fuck a son.
Yeah, so yeah.
What is this, Captain Janeway?
Oh.
Have you watched it?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Did you watch the Beauty and the Beast trailer?
Yeah.
Teaser?
I did not see that either.
They're doing the Cinderella thing again. It's remake. That's all it is. It's like a complete adaptation, frame by frame.
I would say a lot more people are excited about this one.
Oh yeah, for
that
sure.
I know of. Mostly because it's got a lot of really good people attached to it. I'm not gonna say there wasn't any good people attached to Cinderella, but
I feel like you just said that.
Stanley Tucci, and there's no Helena Bonham Carter. She's not here.
yeah,
There's only so much you can take from her.
So
She's the
for those of you who
calling
haven't
it.
kept up for the new Beauty and the Beast, we got
Tucci,
Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens, Evil Ryan Gosling,
So the guy from The Guest.
Oh, I like him.
Also,
downtown.
Downtown Abbey.
Downton Abbey?
Downton Abbey. And so yeah, he was from that. He was
I think he was
like
trying to
a
anger
pudgy
you.
dude. Then he got really.
I never watched Downton Abbey, so
you're
that did nothing.
You're
to
always
me.
watching BBC.
You have no power here.
Or
Anyway.
Sky News.
And Emma Watson.
No, I actually don't
I
watch
was gonna call her Emma Frost, but Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, Hermione,
She is
Hermione.
she is
Hermione.
Belle. We also have Ewan McGregor in I think
Is he
is
going
it
to be
Siri
the dad?
McKellen or who's it?
Sir Ian McKellen, Stanley Tucci, and
Is Ian McKellen the clock?
and Josh Gad as the clock.
Oh, is it because Ewan McGregor is the other one?
Cogsworth?
Yeah, Cogsworth.
I think
So
Ewan
is it-
McGregor is Lumiere, and I
I'm getting more and more disappointed. Where's Ian McKellen?
Really?
No, because I just want to know what Ian McKellen is.
Who's going to be Gaston?
is it Ian McKellen? I might
Ian
be
McKellen?
wrong. I don't remember.
Ian McKellen's guest on?
All right,
I'm
so
watching
this
it.
is what we have going on. Ian McGregor as Lumiere, Luke Evans, who's also Dracula from Dracula Untold. He's Gaston. Dan Stevens, or Evil Ryan Gosling, is Beast. Ian McKellen as Cogsworth. Emma Thompson, Mrs. Potts. Josh Gad, LeFou.
LeFou. You remember LeFou?
Oh yeah, the derpy little
fights like us. Yeah, so whatever.
That's basically it. And then a lot of Stanley Tucci as Cadenza. Who's Cadenza?
It's like a table, but it also has drawers, but it's not a drawer.
Is that the one that turned the dude into a cross-dresser?
That was a girl. I mean, they're probably gonna switch up some of the stuff. But yeah, trailers out. People got flipped out. There's nothing but like music and a little bit of talking. You see Emma for a little bit behind the
glass rose.
behind the rose,
Glass thing.
but you don't see the beast and you don't see too much.
You see the castle.
It's a teaser. People flipped out though because for some reason this movie, I guess, is one of the ones that everyone flips out about.
It's probably one of the more
Actually,
beloved Disney movies in the Renaissance period.
Yeah.
Probably more than Little Mermaid.
What about
I would
Aladdin?
say yeah.
It did have some of the best visuals.
Yeah, for its time.
It's also like 3D stuff. Either way, yeah, that's a trailer that also came out. It's worth checking out if you want.
I'm excited for it.
Aladdin?
Yeah, me and Leia are
Aladdin
gonna go
did
watch
too.
it.
But Hunchback
Shall
of
we
Notre
hop
Dame
on the
really
Marvel
did
train? Toot
Never
toot.
liked it.
You didn't?
Yes.
Toot.
Mostly because I never watched it.
Oh, okay, fine.
The Marvel train is like this New York subway system, convoluted and confusing.
Yeah, and always going.
And you just hate everyone around you.
Yeah.
See, that's the one key.
Are we finally admitting it?
of
I
the
really hated you guys
MCU.
for a very long time. I just didn't want to be the only
Fuck
one.
you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I go outside. Fuck all you guys.
And you.
I still love you guys.
Oh.
I'm just
easier
groping.
to hate you.
I'm just groping everybody.
It's easier to hate you when you love
It's
us.
easier to hate me when I love everybody.
I'm the guy with the trench coat, and my friend has a camera.
This is
No,
going too
no.
dark.
What?
I don't
Never
know.
mind.
The
All right.
fuck?
So,
Are you standing on his shoulders, pretending to be an adult?
Those kids trying to see Deadpool?
so Marvel train. All right, first up in the news. What's up?
No, good.
Oh,
No,
crap,
no,
I thought you
no.
were doing
spoilers.
this.
No.
Oh,
I'm shaming
I'm
you.
spinning.
Yeah.
shame. Oh wait, never
Shame.
mind.
Shame.
Ron Perlman casted his vote as self-nomination as Cable.
I was like, don't say Ron Perlman and cast it in the same
Yeah,
sentence
yeah.
as Cable.
You got my hopes up really
Yeah,
quickly.
no.
Super.
He. Okay, so basically, this is what he says on the Twitter sphere about why he wants to be Cable, or why he should already be elected as Cable.
Because he looks like him?
He basically says, "I'm the only one who has his hair." End quote.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
At some point, people started making Photoshops of him. He's like, you know what? I shouldn't want to be Cable. Cable should want to be me.
Ah.
Dude's crazy.
Well,
Uh.
a lot of people. Okay, not a lot of people, but basically, anytime I'm reading him, a lot of the comments and some of the journalists say this: they should pick someone younger. Cable's not always younger, right?
he's
always
never
depicted
young.
as
He's
yeah.
always old.
He's
Yeah.
old.
So I don't know why they would want to have someone younger.
I know why. Because
Franchise.
it's Marvel, and these movies are going to take forever to make. So they need someone who looks old but isn't that old, because they have to be in it for the long haul. There's a reason they went with Tom Holland as Spider-Man, because he has to be in it for the long haul.
That's
In
what I
fact,
have
there
for-
are-
Well, I mean, it is in his last name.
They're already reaching the end of some people's like limits, with like Robert Downey Jr. already almost jumping off, and like even X-Men and stuff. Like think about how
Side-
Sirian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, they
Side note on the Robert Downey Jr. and all the other Avengers, most of them have already basically said, yeah, we all wanted to leave, but now we at least got at least another one, maybe two films in us. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're getting so much money. They don't, especially Robert Downey Jr. He makes like the most out of all of them.
Well, yeah, because
He
he's
could-
been in there since the beginning.
So like with all that, that's the reason they want someone younger, because they need someone to last however long the Deadpool franchise will last.
Well, right now they're down to three people, three
Deadpool.
candidates:
Oh yeah.
Dolph
It-
Lundgren, Stephen Lang, who's from Avatar, and
Keira
now
Knightley.
Ron
Well,
Perlman.
This is also kind of speculation, because I don't think I've heard any rumors of there being a shortlist for this
Yep.
role.
Mm.
Like I'd be more if like an insider came out and said, "Yeah, these are the people on the short list." I'd be more interested in it. I do like that he's kind of reaching out in the way that Stephen Lang, right?
Yeah, they're both.
Both of them have reached out and been like, "Yeah, we want to do this." That's cool. Like it's like, hey, I want to play this role. But at the same time, if the producers and the casting and the directors don't want him, it doesn't matter how much they want to be in it. It doesn't matter how much Carl Urban wants there to be another Dredd. If no one will fund it, there will be no other Dredd.
But Netflix,
Funding the movie.
guys.
They're funding the show.
Maybe they're in talks.
Is that not happening now? I thought it was happening.
They're in talks. They're in
Okay.
talks.
What does that mean?
A show?
That
Nothing.
means they haven't gotten to any agreement. That means that they're at the pitch meetings going, okay, this is what we can do. Come on, guys. Give us some money so we can do
I
this.
think,
Dark
I
Judges.
think it means that they want pressure on the studio to
They
actually
do.
make the
That's
things.
also what they want to do.
So it's like, let's
It's
tell
like,
people we're
hey,
in talks,
Come
so it
on.
doesn't just like disappear into
Do
nothing.
it.
Like that's that's the whole thing, that why people think that the Deadpool trailer was leaked. Because it's a possibility that someone purposely leaked that to get pressure
To not
Onto the
On
on
active.
the studios
to get it done.
which is what maybe ended up happening, because there was a lot of pressure
Litmus test.
and they did do it. And it could be like, the thing is, nobody knows if it was the people at Sony, Sony, right?
No.
what?
No,
What?
Fox.
Fox. It's Fox.
They don't know if it's the people at Fox themselves who leaked it, or maybe it was Ryan Gosling himself who was like, I want this movie done. So,
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, whatever. This is a lot
Can
of
you imagine
Ryans.
Ryan Gosling as Deadpool?
I could. And it'd be weird.
It'd be
very
weird.
awkward.
Just more
It'd be like
beardy and
X-Force.
less funny.
It'd be
Yeah.
like X-Force Deadpool before he got really
Crazier Deadpool?
No, like the more serious.
Serious but violent.
Yeah.
So
Either way,
no fun.
Yeah.
So
He was super fucking crazy.
I don't know. It's interesting, but if he's not on the short list, I
But
don't.
not the funny one.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
so. Well, what else do we have to deal with that might be real and not just
Imagine
complete speculation?
We'll see. I don't know.
Spidey.
Spidey? All right, next up to Spicy. Spidey Deets.
That's not spicy.
Spidey. Oh, fuck.
Just get on with it.
So basically, some new details have emerged. I wouldn't consider this spoilery because we'll probably end up watching it on the trailer anyway. But we all know that Tony Stark is going to be a big part of the film. And we have an image of his costume, but they're also bringing back the webbed wings.
Good, I like that.
Possibly because since the Vulture is confirmed to be the villain, the main villain in the story, there's going to be a lot of aerial fighting, right? That's the Vulture. Now the cool thing is, the Vulture is not going to have his suit automatically. It looks like one of Spider-Man's oldest villains is going to be in this film. It's the Tinker.
Oh,
The Tinker, the old guy who's actually, I forgot what kind of an alien he was. But basically, the Tinkerer is an old guy who makes weapons. He has like an old electronic shop. And he's going to help the Vulture, whoever he is, by supplying him the suit. And Spidey will then need help by staying airborne as long as possible via the webbed wings. Now, one more thing about Spidey is before we mentioned that Michael Keaton was up in the running as far as like in talks, and then it's dropped out because either he's too busy or nothing really happened out of those talks. Now he's back in, and this time it could be for real. Like he really wants to play the Vulture, if that's going to be the biggest part of the movie. But I've never heard of anybody going back for a second try. Like once the talks are done. Remember Joaquin Phoenix being in talks for a long time and all of a sudden just dropped off? He never went back. Michael Keaton really wants to be part of this movie.
Joaquin Phoenix for what?
For Doctor Strange.
Thank you.
But I don't know, like, this is good news. I want Michael Keaton as Vulture.
he just likes playing bird people now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. He's old.
It's fine. I mean, they could do it. I'd rather get. It's like the whole thing when we thought like little Asa Butterfield was gonna be the new Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then he wasn't.
This kid was okay.
Yeah, Tom Holland's great. It's
Yeah.
just it just still kind of maybe a little too early in talks. I don't know when Homecoming's coming out.
Next year, but like
2017.
2017.
Really? I thought it was.
They
for
moved
2018.
something else back
They
for it.
pushed back
Oh,
Thor
okay.
Ragnarok, Black Panther. I mean, they moved around a lot of chips just to get this movie out.
Maybe. I mean, if they can afford him, I guess I'm pretty sure they're gonna grab him.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, I think because people kept posting up the Birdman photos and doing concept art with Birdman, but in green, they were like, man, we really wish Michael Keaton was in this role. And he's like, well, I'm going to give this a try. But that's not the only cool thing about Marvel. As far as Thor Ragnarok, they released the entire cast list, or the major parts. We have Kate Blanchett, I believe, as Hela,
Yeah.
who's the queen, ruler of Hell. Is it pronounced Heel? Hyle?
It's hell. It's still pronounced hell.
Heel?
H-E-L hell.
Heel. So you have Kate Blanchett, and that's really cool because she's kind of in and out of the Asgardian mythos. You have Carl Urban as what's his name? Scourge the Executioner. Not Dread.
No.
Wait, Dread-like. He has a double-edged.
He's judge, jury, and executioner.
Oh.
Oh, that was a bad joke. Keep going. I regret that.
So
immediately.
No regrets.
he's excited because of the fact. Well, he mentioned this. He's like, I'm really excited to see the arc of the character. And I'm like, well, why did he choose those words? Because Scourge's character in the comics actually has a significant arc in the actual Ragnarok storyline. I haven't read it. I don't know what it is, but it could play a factor. Next up, we have who do we have? Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. For those of you who are really big on old Marvel lore, the Grandmaster is basically, he looks like the blue people from Green Lantern's world. Well, basically, the Grandmaster is this really old guy, white hair. He likes to play with forces.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
You mean the Guardians from
Yeah,
Green
yeah,
Lantern?
he
the
looks kind of
founders? Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to
So
think
You
because
said blue people, which literally means a lot of things.
Well, you said blue people from Green Lantern. I was like, the Blue Lanterns?
Yeah, Blue Lanterns? Are you talking about another alien race that just happens to
The
be
guys
blue?
are too peaceful.
Are you talking about the Andorians from Star Trek?
So who's gonna be Steppenwolf?
Okay. No, but I want to go back to Jeff Goldblum.
I don't know this because this is in the animated series.
What's up?
The Collector and the Grandmaster are brothers.
Whoa.
Tavaler Tava and the Grandmaster are brothers, according to the animated series.
That would be cool if it was, I mean.
So if that's a thing in the movie, I would like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't seen Jeff Goldblum in a while.
Well, you know what I'm thinking though?
All you need to do is like 1, rewatch Jurassic Park, and 2, just go in the mirror.
Well,
I'd also just Independence Day.
okay, so
Or watch those commercials where he sells you apartments in the sky.
That one too.
that's the one. That's the one. So basically, I was thinking, how did he get this role?
Apartments.
Basically,
And the
'cause he's basically a
apartmentium.
god. He's a god moving worlds around, and as if he had everything in the palm of his hand.
Well, he does. Because it's called the apartmentium. Go to it now.
What? Have you seen those commercials?
I've not.
They're really
We'll
funny.
show it to you afterwards.
I will say this. They are stupid, kind of annoying, but funny as balls.
They are.
So did we get a Steppenwolf yet or no?
No step.
Is he not in it?
And Thor?
Oh no, why am I thinking of Steppenwolf?
I don't know.
Steppenwolf?
Isn't that
Loki,
the
you
band?
mean?
Yeah. Whatever.
Saberwolf?
No,
Killer Instinct?
I'm thinking of DC.
That's DC, sir.
Yeah.
Lobo?
It's just that the picture you have looks like Steppenwolf.
What's going on?
I don't know anymore.
There's a dude with horns and then
Oh,
like Steppenwolf.
that's Hela.
That is Hella.
She has a weird.
It's in the shadow, so
Yeah.
it looks like Steppenwolf. I was like, why the fuck is Steppenwolf in here?
Oh,
I'm
Tessa
tired.
Blanchett, not Blanchett, but there's another character here. She's the black chick. She plays a Valkyrie, and of course, Valkyries play an important role in Norse mythology. When Thor dies, not if, but when Thor dies, she's gonna scoop him up and take him off to Valhalla and leave Hulk stranded on a planet where he'll rule.
No.
Damn it!
Nah, fam.
Come on, man. One can dream.
Nah, fam.
One can dream.
I'm gonna be the guy who comes and kicks the kid in the nuts.
You took my lollipop already.
Totally.
Why are you gonna kick me in the
I
balls?
didn't take
You
your
kicked you in the
lollipop.
balls
I haven't
first.
hit
He came
puberty
back
yet.
and
You
kicked you
kicked
back
me
in the balls.
You had your lollipop and I kicked you in the balls. I didn't take your lollipop. You just dropped it because I kicked you in the balls.
There will be a day.
No.
There will be a day.
They've already done it. It's an animated series and it was on Netflix. An animated
Movie.
Well, so was Doctor Strange. That was part of an animated film, and they're making they're making a Star Trek movie.
No, but
It's basically the same
How's that
film. yeah.
different?
Well, Doctor Strange is just the character. Planet Hulk is a specific arc, and they've already done that arc.
Which then shifts into World War Hulk.
But that's
Eventually.
animated though.
No, it's not. Was it?
It's separate.
They only did Planet Hulk, I believe, right?
No, they did. I think they did
Okay,
World
okay.
War Hulk.
Okay.
Or was it called World War?
Animated
Yeah.
is Planet Hulk only.
Yeah.
Comic-wise, we had both.
Yeah.
One preceded the other.
Yeah.
And then
So-
he wrecked shit.
Yeah.
Mostly
Because
by
so
instantly
angry, man.
breaking
either way.
Doctor Strange's hands again.
God
By
damn.
far my
Always.
favorite.
Starts off
My
immediately
favorite.
doing that, breaks the Galactus Buster armor.
That does look like Steppenwolf in that picture, but it's also really fucking tiny. The picture for ants.
What is this? A center for ants. And that's basically it for the Marvel train. We're gonna let it go off into the distance until it comes up and hits us again.
Okay.
And that'll be it for this week. It's
Are we
too
good?
late to even cover the last thing.
Okay,
But we got a
because-
whole list of DC
What's the
items
last
though.
thing?
No, we're
No, we
done.
don't.
I already went over the DC crap.
I was like,
Yeah,
we went over
come over there
DC
and
last
backhand
time. Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns.
Jeff Jones.
John?
Is
John
in charge of
Valjean?
DC.
Jean Valjean.
Jean Valjean.
John John's the Martian?
1247562.
John.
Is it the number?
No, dude, I'm just making shit up.
I heard he.
I always forget the number.
I heard he was just recently in the Flash.
Ooh,
What?
John.
was he?
Martian Manhunter.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
He looked real
good.
weird.
I heard he looked good.
did he?
I thought it looked weird.
I need to watch it actually.
Okay.
I don't watch it, so I don't know.
I watched the first
Whatever.
3 episodes of season 1. I'm like, this is good, and then I never came back to it.
Oh yeah, he looks good.
I'll mention the last thing briefly, but not go into detail. Basically, Sony's extorting people for fair use stuff. And with that,
Wow.
we'll end our episode. I have been Berto Dizzy.
I've been DG.
I'm still Harpy.
I'm Captain.
And I'm Don Cabron.
This has been a very, very long and very, very
Fruitful.
late podcast. So I just want to remind you that to follow us on the Twitters, on our Facebooks, on our
SoundCloud.
definitely on our SoundCloud. Hopefully by the time this is up, we can be on iTunes. If not, let me know because I need to make sure it's on iTunes. And I won't promise it, but hopefully Google Play if they accept us.
Okay.
Are we still?
I need to figure out how to do that one, but I know you can do it now, and a lot of people have been. So I'm gonna try my hand at it.
Okay.
Getting us on the.
On the
But I do
planes.
have to get us back on the iTunes, and we'll post up a link as soon as I figure it out. Hopefully, that'll be pretty soon. I know sometimes they take a while, but hopefully we'll be up on there. And our YouTube. We're on YouTube. This video will be on YouTube. We're a little blown out. We
keep
didn't have a
having
game.
some video uploading problems right now still.
We do, but we'll figure it out. We didn't play a game today because we forgot our computers, and we don't have any games to play here other than a computer to record on.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week we'll get back to playing more games. Let us know what we should play.
I vote Doom.
Doom.
How about
Oh,
Overwatch?
We're gonna have Overwatch at that point.
Oh, tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. Go.
Overwatch.
Damn it.
Because I know he's gonna get it.
Now you have to buy it.
Damn it.
It's
You're
been,
eating shit.
it's been promised.
I already
It has
have
been.
Doom.
Oh,
You
dude, never mind.
I already
Yeah,
have
hey,
Doom, and I have it
no,
downloaded on my computer.
It's
Okay.
okay. Dude, I
I don't want this to be the first time he plays Doom and then he looks at the walls and then we get hate mail.
But there's
No, I'm
great
competent.
resolution. There's great textures.
We
on the wall.
should play a Battleborn because I know you have that one.
Do we have a?
Who?
Do we have
Things can be acquired.
El Gato?
The things can be acquired. We can get
Things
you
can
a
be
capture
acquired.
card if you want to do it.
If you can get me an El Gato, we can do it.
It's losing out very handily to Overwatch, so it
No.
needs all the help it needs.
It needs all the help because Overwatch had a bomb ass what is it, campaign?
Everything.
Can we play the
Yeah.
TMNT game?
Not
No,
like-
no campaign.
No, it's not story campaign, but I'm talking about like its advertising.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
it didn't matter. People loved it.
Yeah.
Talk about
Either way,
Taco
as
Bell.
always, thank you for watching.
Check you later.
Thank you.
I hate all of you. I just hate you.